So hello, beautiful people. I'm going to be talking about my surgery. I got breast enhancement. Sorry for the tags. I got a bunch of clothes and I was trying it on and I didn't want to take it off. But anyways, I will just talk about some things that you need to know. I know when I was watching some videos, there were some people that just didn't get to the point. So I'll just talk about a few topics that I think are important. So, for example, for me, I guess how I decided to get it, I always joked about it because I knew I had a smaller chest, and I always would be like, haha, we know, to my sister, like, we should totally get, implants and live that life and imagine us. I just wouldn't get it now just because, I would always think, like, just because, like, I don't know, my parents would think I was, gross or something like that. Even though my older sister has naturally larger breasts, my other two sisters don't. Well, one of them's barely 14, so I don't really know if they're gonna grow anymore. But regardless, my mom has a big chest too. But I just was thinking to myself, maybe they're gonna think I'm just trying to be like, whatever, slutty, all this things. So I was like, I never could really considered it. I thought about getting the fat transfer, but I looked into it on Real Self, and it seemed like it didn't really work, and it was a lot of money. So I kind of researched it for a little bit, went on Real Self, looked at reviews, and I decided that I kind of wanted to do it. I got my consultation in San Diego, in La Mesa, and the very first time that I went there, they were so nice, so friendly, and I just was like, wow, I think I really want to do this. Like, they take a picture of you, they'll give you, they make them larger on the screen. Like, it's not really like how they will actually look like at all, but just it's pretty much telling you that it's going to be your breast in a larger form. So that's how it started out. Then I went, right there and then, I had already gotten approved I got paid partial of it with loan, and I'd already gotten the loan. It was in my bank already because I was ready of it. I was sure of it. So I went ahead and I was like, you know what, I do want to do it. They gave me a discount because I mentioned Real Self, and I got a good price. It was about $6,500 or around there. That included everything. So, anyways, some things that I think that I want to talk about too, about deciding the size. They're pretty much going to talk to you about what you're looking for. For me, supposedly I have a smaller frame, and they were just I took some pictures with them, and they were like, you know what, I think for you, we're going to see if we can put one of the smallest implants, like around a 300, they're thinking, because I wanted something natural, keep them guessing type of thing. And also they just didn't know if even if I did want larger ones, I don't think they would have done it, because it depends on your body, sorry. Okay. So what to wear for when you actually go to the surgery day. You want to wear something comfortable. You want to wear a hoodie, some sweatpants. I wouldn't get some tight jeans or anything like that. That's kind of hard to get into. Just something that's very easy to slip on. If you have a dress that's button up, that's gonna be perfect. And you're gonna have to wear clothes like that for a while, truthfully. So I went in there and I was really nervous. The very first day I watched a bunch of videos on YouTube and got prepared. And I went into surgery. During that time, I had only told my friend and my sister. My sister totally didn't agree upon it. So I told my sister, this is a sister that I'm really close to, she's 4 years younger, and I was like, you know what, I went to a consultation and I already have a date, and I think I'm totally doing it. Who are you talking to? Sorry. Anyway, so I tell her, and she reacts in a bad way. She's like, oh my god, I can't believe you feel that way about yourself. That means you don't really love yourself, and you already look good as you are. So then after I got that bad reaction, I was just like, oh my god, I'm not going to tell anybody else, because I feel like everybody's going to act the same exact way. So I was just scared, if she was my closest, one of my, my closest sisters, and she acted in a bad negative way instead of supportive. I was just like, oh, maybe I don't want to tell anybody at all, So I just already had a surgery date, and I just didn't tell anybody, and then I had to ask for work off. The thing is that I work with my family, and my older sister's in charge of the schedule, and I tell her barely 2 days prior, and I'm like, you know what, can I take this day off? I need to go on this trip, and she's more about following the rules. And she's like, "Why are you taking it? Where are you going?" I'm like, "Oh, just on a trip." I didn't want to tell her right away. She confronts me and she just like really wants to get it out of me, about what I'm doing. I'm really scared to tell her. At the end, I finally tell her, and she acts like in a positive way. So I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, I mean, it took me like a long time. I even cried telling her, but she acts like in a positive way. And she's like, "Oh, I'm happy that you're doing something for yourself that you are gonna be happy with. Like, I'm just happy for you, and I will support you." Um, so then, anyways, I didn't tell anybody else. My friend, I told two of my friends, and then one of them actually volunteered himself to go out there and pick me, take me and pick me up and just be there for me, which was amazing. So I just did that. He took me, and when I came back from surgery, like my parents didn't know, and so I walk in. Okay, first, sorry. When I wake up, at first, you go in, you check in, blah blah, you wait, you get in. They actually pick up they talk about the size again with you, and they talk about other stuff. They make you take a pregnancy test. They will make you wear the socks and like this robe and like just get you all ready for surgery, and then you go into the room, and well, after they talk to you about like what size, and for me, I had shown him pictures of what I wanted, like a natural look, and he's like, for you, I think it's gonna be the smallest one that we have, just because you have a very small frame, and I know what you want. It's like a natural, keep them guessing kind of look. So we went, I was like, okay, I trust you, whatever, like, and then they asked me like, will you be more upset if they're too large or if they're too small? And I'm like, I like too large. So I think they'll ask you that just in case, like, they'll go probably like a little bigger if like you say like you'll be upset if they're too small. But for me, like, I've always been kind of shy about that. Like, I don't really like to show it off, or like, I don't know, the way I grew up. So for me, I'm just like, yeah, if they're, I just want it to be a little bit larger, and like they're a lot larger to me now, but I'm saying like that's good that they went with like the smallest. Anyways, I wake up and then I'm like in a lot of pain. I wake up like a few hours later, even though like they told me it was gonna take like 2 hours. I wake up like 3 hours later, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry, like you don't. There's not a time. You can be here however long you want." The nurse is there, and they're like, "Oh, let me go get your friend," and then my friend gets there, and then we drive off, and I'm like, you wake up so thirsty, so I recommend like having like a drink with a straw, and have somebody like help you, because my friend brought me a drink that was like the one that you open, and I could not lift my arms. So anyways, fast forward to like, I told my mom when I got in here, and she was just like, "Oh my god, like that's something that I've been wanting to get done too," but hers more like a lift type thing, like the same thing, but like she already has large breasts, so like she just wanted like a lift type thing, like a mommy makeover type thing. She's like, "Oh my god, I should have done it with you," blah blah. She was whatever about it. And then I go into my room and I'm like, "Oh my god, I have to tell my dad." I'm like, this is really gonna be awkward. And then my grandparents were visiting, because right now I'm living with my parents. It's really weird, but my grandparents are visiting, and like, I didn't want to tell them either, and I didn't want to tell my little sister that's 14 or my brother that's 17. If they end up seeing this video, like, that's awkward a little bit, but whatever. And it's just I think like when you're an adult, like you're at a point that you can kind of decide, and if you want to do something for yourself, might as well do it when you're, young, not super young, but like might as well do it now than like when you're, I don't know, like 40 and you're like, "Oh my god, I want one now." Like, I think it's a little better. You do it like, I'm in my mid-20s, and like, I think that's a pretty good age to do it at. So that was the reactions. Anyways, about the whole pain thing, I want to talk about just, I would say just keep sticking to soft foods. Like, I know it said that, like, stick to soft foods, and like, I did it the day before Christmas Eve, and the next day I knew there was going to be a lot of food, like, and I ate normal. I didn't eat too much, but it messed me up. And then like there was like all those holiday things, all these like things that they made and they expected me to eat. Like, I was just like, okay, like, I want to try it. But the thing is, like, I guess when you get, I don't know if it's every kind of surgery, but for the surgery, like, they'll tell you to stick to soft foods because you get kind of constipated. And it was very awkward. Never happened to me before. Like, that whole thing lasted for like 7 days, even though I bought like the Laxi whatever, and like whatever, I could not, you know, it's awkward, but I could not go. I could just pee pretty much, and it was pretty gross. Like I was constipated, and it just sucked. Like even though I ate all the fiber things and I bought like a bunch of like different things to help, it didn't help. But until that later it did. So I'm just saying, stick to soft foods and like more liquid, like maybe like soups and like I don't know, just stick to that. I know that's a really awkward topic. The pain, it's like tolerable, but they'll give you pain medication, and you know you're gonna have to be sitting, you know, like just with the pillows lifted the whole time. And then another thing, so they'll supply the bra for you. I recommend buying two if you're the type of person that like wants to like wash it at a certain point. Just because like for me, like I was like, nah, I'm fine. Like why would I spend more money? You know, that's stupid. Because I think, I don't know how much they said they were, but like $40. I'm like, no, that's stupid. I'm just like gonna wear the same one. But it's so gross. Like, so when you take a shower and you can finally take a shower, like you're gonna need help like washing your hair like the first. Because like after 2 days I felt gross, and like I was like I needed help like washing my hair, but like nobody helped me, so like I just did it myself, like which I shouldn't have, but I was kind of in pain. But anyways, and then just wash my body, you know, kind of like a little bit halfway into the water, like not trying to like wet myself, and it's really hard. But you should stick to that. Avoid going on vacation. I went on vacation like 3 days afterwards, and it was very hard. Like, and I couldn't. It was family members that I didn't want to tell, so you can't really like work out. And we went on the beach, and I ended up going on walks and everything, but I wasn't supposed to. I guess you're not supposed to until you're 2 weeks. To this very day, I think I'm 14 days post-op, so it's already been 2 weeks. Yay. So and I think just driving, I thought it was a week, but it was actually 2 weeks. So I started driving like before it was the week, because I need to do some last minute shopping. Like nobody would take me, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going. I would recommend not doing it, just because I mean, I don't know if anything's gonna go wrong the next time I go. They're gonna be like, oh my god, you know, something, they're not healing or something. I'm not sure. I would say don't do that. Just try to make sure you get a lot of rides and keep your hands to the sides. Okay, so yeah, I know I talk a lot about probably random stuff. Hopefully you guys cared, and just that was my whole story. But anyways, just one more thing, like for me, like it was really hard, just because like for me it's like I don't know how I'm gonna feel with this new body. Just like, you know, it's more cleavage, it's like just not what I'm used to. This is what they look like now. I mean, I know there's no before, but like I'll try to see if I can post another video. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to like show, because I'm not sure what's like considered bad on YouTube, but like this is the bra, you know, like they look alright, they look not bad, you know, just it's pretty whatever. So yeah, I mean, I hope it's okay to show. I'm not sure if that's considered like nudity or like bad. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm happy, and only my, you know, my sisters know, my parents know, and maybe my little sister and my brother can know later or never. So hopefully they won't be searching up like post-surgery breast augmentation videos. If they do, sorry. So yes, I think he's a very good doctor so far, and I think next time I'll try to see if I can put some before pictures. But pretty much like the whole thing about like the gap and everything, like it's pretty much, it's gonna be like, some people have a bigger gap if they're just broader, and like I didn't have that gap, which I was happy, because I was scared like somehow it would have like separated type of thing. But it's different for everybody's body, and you know, just you have to like remember just to like yourself. I mean, just imagine the same thing you have, but like larger. And I think you should be alright. You should be ready for it. And read everything they give you before too. Alright, bye. So one thing I did forget to mention is the size. It's 325 cc medium profile. I'm going next for the massages, and I'll let you guys know how it goes, and hopefully I get a little bit better at doing this. Hi.